Talk with Saieed Ali. I'm your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Star Sabga will have to spend another weekend in prison before a judgment determines whether she should be granted interim release. Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander lifted the prevention detention order, the PDOs, against Dominic and his wife yesterday. The one against the 70-year-old Sabga remains in place. When Sabga's application for interim release came up for a hearing before Justice Vijay Paul a short while ago, Attorney General Ramdeen, representing Alexander, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and the Office of the Attorney General requested time to respond to the lengthy affidavit filed in support of the application, repeatedly stating that he was not seeking to prolong Sabga detention. Ramdeen questioned why her legal challenges was not pursued with the same haste as the Hadid. Now, Sabga's attorney, Rishidas, senior counsel, challenged the position. Justice Paul eventually agreed to give the state the weekend to respond to the affidavits. He will then hear submission on the issue at 2 p.m. on Monday. Through the application, Sabga's attorney are asking Justice Paul to grant her house arrest under the same condition ordered by a panel of the Court of Appeal for the Hadids last week. So Trinidad and Tobago, Dominic and Genevieve Hadid are relieved to be reunited with loved ones after Homeland Security Minister revoked their preventative detention order yesterday, immediately freeing the couple. Their release came a week after the state successfully applied to the appeal court to reject another appeal. Now, the panel's decision to place the couple on house arrest was then remain subject to police investigation into allegations they were part of a conspiracy to murder Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the government members. Businessman and family friends Peter George Jr. said the couple was relieved to be home. Listen to this.
Obviously relieved, as we all are. It's been a long journey, as you can all imagine, and obviously they're relieved, and certainly there's a sense of from the reuniting with their family after 4 weeks, and there's a certain sense of contentment in the family now. So at the very least.
So viewers, one of the conditions that Alexander considered in dismissing the PDOs was Dominic health, an issue raised during the appeal of the matter. Asked about the businessman's health, George said there were some challenges in the last, but Hadid was in good spirit.
Yes, I mean, obviously there were some challenges in the last, 4 weeks, certainly when it came to Dominic, but he's in good spirits. And I guess at the right time, the appropriate family medical practitioners will look at him and ensure everything is in good order. But looking at him, he's certainly in good shape and in good spirits.
So now, viewers, into other news. Former Minister of National Security, Gary Griffith, is calling on the immediate removal of the Minister of Homeland Security following the release of individuals who were detained for weeks under a preventative detention order. Now, Griffith says the decision to detain the individual follows by the order of their release. Now, listen to this here. They represented total incompetence at the highest level and warned that the matter could cost taxpayers millions of dollars. Listen to this.
This Trinidad and Tobago must never take place again. This is an embarrassment to Trinidad and Tobago. It is an embarrassment to the citizens of this country. The citizens will have to pay taxes. Why should the taxpayers have to pay because of the incompetence of one minister? The Minister of Homeland Security should be removed immediately for this.
So now, viewers, Griffith criticized the minister's decision to authorize the detention based on the credible intelligence without charges being laid, arguing that information should have been developed into evidence capable of supporting criminal charge. He said the government reliance on intelligence in the absence of evidence raised serious concerns about citizens' right to freedom. Listen to this.
The recent decision by the Minister of Homeland Security to revoke the PDO of the Hadids, that being the same Minister of Homeland Security who initiated this same PDO on his own in the first place, is exactly what I've been stating for the last few weeks. Only in a police state, only in a dictatorial country, can a politician have sole authority to incarcerate someone indefinitely or for months without evidence and without a charge being laid. Just by the fact that this minister claimed that there was a plan to assassinate a prime minister, and something that is so serious, you as the person responsible for intelligence in this country, you would have been unable to turn intelligence into evidence for something that is so serious. That alone he should be fired.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, listen to this, eh? Now, just to add what Gary Gifford just said, now, you are the Minister of Homeland Security, good? You issue a PDO based on intelligence. Now listen to this carefully. According to your intelligence, 2 persons would have conspired to assassinate the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, number 1. Also to assassinate members of a government that is governing a country. Listen to this carefully here. Now, because of the attorneys representing those 2 individuals went to the Privy Council, and because of a paper saying their health conditions, the ruling come from the appeal now to let them go. Now keep in mind, Trinidad and Tobago, keep in mind, these 2 individuals were plotting, according to Homeland Security, they were plotting to assassinate ministers. But because of a health condition, the health condition is more important than an alleged assassination plot. I want you to understand where I'm going. The health conditions was more important than an alleged assassination plot. You plotting to kill a government minister, and because of an appeal court says the health condition of these individuals, they should be released. So I ask myself, is the health of an individual who has been incarcerated under a PDO more important than the plot to assassinate minister that is governing the country and members of that government? So if a man comes to gun down Saieed, I'm just saying something. If a man comes to gun down Saieed and the police hold the man, so because the man suffering from a kidney stone, and a heart condition, appeal court say, you know what, let him go. And the minister now decide, you know what, all of a sudden, the man coming to kill Saieed, not important again. You know what important? His health condition. So that is why I am saying he has opened up a can of worms now that individuals who is incarcerated under a PDO family could hire an attorney, pay them some money. You go in and have a matter to hear before the courts, expedited. And you get a lawyer, you get a doctor to say his heart is 20% good, and his kidney, he have to urinate every 5 or 10 minutes because his kidney cannot keep up the urination. You understand? A doctor could write out that, and you go to the appeal court and boom! You know what? Appeal court say to let go them, and the Minister of Homeland Security have no other choice but to let go them. But they forget the main issue. The main issue was to assassinate. Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. As I said on a previous show, if the Hadid decide to sue the state, why it is taxpayers' money have to pay them? Those in authority lack proper evidence. This is why they say, not everybody have common sense, And this is why we country like this, This is why. Imagine Roger Alexander knows all the gangs in Trinidad and Tobago, and today those gangs still operating. It's still operating. Still functioning. We too jokey in this country. We too jokey. Now Trinidad and Tobago. Griffith. He also accused the minister of misleading the public by suggesting the document relating to the detention order were presented for his signature, saying the minister had the sole authority under the law to approve the order. I tell you, we jokey in this country now. You feel it's joke? We jokey. We real jokey. So I am waiting to see within the week, within a few weeks, for the Hadid and his lawyer team now to say, well, because of the situation has caused an embarrassment. Listen carefully, Trinidad and Tobago. Because of this situation that has caused an embarrassment to the Hadids, and because of this situation that caused him, while he was incarcerated, to cause a serious health problem to him. Trinidad and Tobago, half of the treasury gonna belong to the Hadid. I'm just saying something. I am waiting to see these things surface up. Because of being incarcerated. Yeah. Because of being incarcerated. Cause a damp on his health condition. If he was sick 5%, because of being incarcerated, it got up to 50%. You know what to pay for that? The state had to pay for that. The state had to pay for that. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago, we have found ourselves between the thick and the thin of a matter that has gone international. International. A man plot to assassinate a prime minister and colleagues. Been held for over a month. Boom shot. PDOs. Release them. No evidence. Health condition increase. The amount of money the law or the state might have to pay these people and them. I hope the treasury have enough money. I'm telling you. I hope the treasury have enough money. And those others who have been held under PDOs and their family realize what's taking place, they might inherit the second half of the treasury. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago is a learning process. It's a learning process from those who sit in high office with no common sense. No common sense. Holding somebody against their will on a term as plotting to assassinate is a serious thing, you know, Trinidad and Tobago. It's a serious thing, you know. That ain't no jokey thing, you know. But we're trying to take it for a joke. But nobody left viewers. We are going for a short commercial break. Stay locked on. More to come from members of the PNM administration.
We'll be right back.
True growth shouldn't make you wait. This month, Real Talk Financing is changing the timeline. Get up to 7% interest on a fixed deposit paid to you upfront. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Real results sooner. Call our Central or South branches today.
Throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
So, ladies and gentlemen, remember, Real Talk Financing is offering you 7% on our fixed deposit, viewers. Remember, viewers, we are the only one in Trinidad and Tobago that is offering 7% on our fixed deposit. That is $7,000 interest per year on $100,000. When you multiply 7% by 5, look at cash you're getting in your hand, Trinidad and Tobago. Look at cash. Pull on the CG. Down. So, viewers, remember, we are the only one in Trinidad and Tobago that is giving you that amount of interest on our fixed deposit. So, as we start back our news tonight, Trinidad and Tobago, People's National Movement Deputy Political Leader Sanjeev Budhu has made a strong demand during a meeting at the Balize House last night for the resignation of Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander. In this, the wake of the United National Congress government release of prominent businessman Dominic Hadid and his wife Genevieve. Listen to this.
And the first thing I call for from this platform here tonight is the immediate resignation of the Minister of Homeland Security. This government's abhorrent mishandling of the arrests and detentions of the Hadids and close to 500 of our citizens has already cost this country, our citizens who do not have jobs, our citizens who do not have the ability to buy books for their children, our citizens who do not have the ability to pay rents and mortgages at this time. It is our citizens that have to now spend millions of dollars in legal fees for imported UK counsel and local UNC counsel who are friends and family and state board chairman. That is the millions of dollars that you and I have to spend now. And not to mention the millions of dollars in damages that the state may have to pay to any person found to be unlawfully or unconstitutionally or unfairly detained without due process and
Now viewers, Sanjeev further highlighted that the Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander made several public misstatements suggesting that the police is responsible for issuing PDOs and not him. Listen to this one.
And further to all of that, the Minister of Homeland Security has made several public misstatements, beginning with him suggesting that it is the police and not him that is responsible for issuing PDOs. And his public criticism of the SOE Review Tribunal that he himself established. And he has accused them of not informing him of a hearing and not allowing him to make submissions. That is something extremely alarming if it is true. But I have doubts as to whether it is true, because it is my own experience appearing before that tribunal that the Minister of Homeland Security is represented by attorneys retained by the state at a cost to you, the taxpayer. And of course, the most significant impact all of this has had is that the public has lost all trust and confidence in the protective arms of the state as a result of this scandal.
So just to remind Mr. Sanjeev, who is the deputy political leader of the PNM, when he says that the people lost the trust in the police, that happened long time. Not 1 year ago. That happened a long time. Now, Sanjeev claimed that no one in TNT feels safe to comment on any matter in public interest. Listen to this, viewers.
No one in Trinidad and Tobago feels safe to comment on any matter of public interest anymore, because this government has demonstrated by their strongman antics that it will stop at nothing to silence any Protestant voice, any dissenting voice, any disagreeing voice, and let's be real, any non-UNC voice, any person that can be arguably considered to have a difference of opinion, or any person at all, just on their whim and fancy, is in danger. And we live in dangerous times, ladies and gentlemen. And the Minister of Homeland Security, the Minister of Defense, the Attorney General, and the Prime Minister have all contributed to the danger that is felt and experienced by the man and woman in the street, by the youngsters, by the business community, even by children. Everyone expresses concern and fear anywhere you go in this country. So I have a message. Resign now, Minister of Homeland Security, and take the Minister of Defense with you, and take the Attorney General with you, and take the Prime Minister with you one time.
So viewers, he added that after 1 year under a state of emergency, the murder rate remained nearly unchanged from 2025, despite 464 preventative detention orders issued. He questioned how 232 murders could have occurred alongside 464 emergency detention orders, arguing that those arrests were clearly not murderers. Caller, good night. Hello? So trying to listen to this.
So more than a year of SOE, and the murder rate is almost the same as the murder rate for 2025. There were 57 PDOs published this month alone in July, and we're not finished with the month yet, with 464 PDOs published up till the 21st of July 2026. That is 464 of our citizens that are detained pursuant to emergency powers, decisions of one man, the Minister of Homeland Security. Now, if we have 464 people arrested and detained under emergency powers, how can we have had 232 murders to date? How is that possible? Who are you locking up? Because it can't be murderers only locking up. If it is you're locking up murderers to the number of 500, how you have 232 murders? Or is it that you're locking up those who are opposed to the UNC? The government is using...
So viewers, switching gears now into the People's National Movement Party. Listen to this, eh? The People's National Movement Party Chairman Marvin Gonzalez has set fire to a document he said was a court order requiring the party to account for the finance of its Balize housing headquarters, declaring that the opposition would not be intimidated by the ongoing legal proceedings. The act comes just over a week after the PNM General Secretary Foster Cummins was served with a High Court order requiring the party to produce financials and other record explaining the funding of the construction of the Balize house. The PNM has maintained that the action was a political witch hunt. But I want Marvin to understand. And I want Foster Cummings to understand. And I want the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to understand. I believe it was Clungenbert who read, "Explain your wealth." It was passed in the parliament under the PNM administration. Now they are having problems with their own regulations and legislations and amendment. Trinidad and Tobago. It's easy now. Call good night.
Good night, Saieed. You know, the courts, the law, the judiciary, these are sacrosanct institutions. And we must teach our friends, our family, and our young people that when the court make an order or ruling, this is not an order thing, it must be obeyed at all costs.
Yes.
Now, when you have a party who wants to get back into power, and you are burning a court order in front of young people and all these kind of things,
yes.
What example are you telling them? Is it to be illegal? Is not to respect law and authority, sir? You know, I don't know what it is with the PNM. When the government is trying to deal with crime, when they had the radar, when they're trying to bring Zoso, they are opposed to all these things, to bring relief to the law-abiding citizens. They have a problem with that. Now you come in public. Those children probably who was not at the headquarters, who was looking at television, you see a man holding a court order. It's not like a newspaper, that is a court order. I don't know if this is contempt of court, but these things must be respected. Now, if you are claiming that you have bills and records, our Prime Minister, the PNM had accused her one time of building her home in South, where she cannot, and she took a whole boxes of bills, and took it to Parliament and invite the PNM come and inspect it. And she could have come for everything there. Why can't the PNM do the same thing? Is either you have bills or you don't have bills.
Yes.
What you are going to defend? Are you going to defend the defenseless? It is time. Strange enough, I'm not hearing from Sturgeon. I'm not hearing from Rowley. I'm not hearing from none of them. What is it going on? Produce your bill and stop all this fiasco. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. So, Trinidad and Tobago, the PNM has maintained that the action was a political witch hunt. Listen to this.
We will not be covered by this order, because this order, we will confine it to where it's supposed to be. Because as the psalmist say, just like the UNC and John Jeremy, it was conceived in political sin, ladies and gentlemen. It was born in sin and it was shapen in political iniquity, just like John Jeremy and Kamla Prasad Bisesa. And therefore tonight, we will burn this court order. We will burn this court order, because it will not desecrate the grounds upon the people's national movement was built upon. And we will send them to the political ashes in the political cemetery of the peoples of Trinidad and Tobago.
So viewers, Gonzalez also alleged that there was widespread corruption in the administration of preventative detention orders issuing during the state of emergency. He called on the Commissioner of Police, Alistair Grovero, to investigate the law and the claims alleging that some detainees ordered were deliberate and withheld. Listen to this.
Are you aware that out of the 465 PDOs issued by the police, only 435 of those PDOs were executed on persons? Ask yourself, what is happening with the rest of the PDOs? I am told that there is a massive corruption taking place in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, where businessmen and citizens of means are told that there's a PDO out for their arrest, and if they do not pay thousands of dollars to corrupt police officers, then the PDO will be executed on them. I want to ask the Commissioner of Police, what does he know about that? Preventative detention orders are being issued. They are being held back. Citizens are told, if you do not pay thousands of dollars in corruption to corrupt police officers, then PDOs will be executed and you will be incarcerated.
So now viewers, we're going on to Cummins now. Cummins, he is willingly accepted the court documents after returning to Trinidad and Tobago, but accused authorities of attempting to embarrass the party.
We are living in very dangerous times, you know. In spite of the fact that I haven't the knowledge that as General Secretary they were seeking to serve me, and I communicated with them on the same day saying, I'm coming back to Trinidad and Tobago. You feel free to visit me at Balize House at X time tomorrow and bring whatever you have for the PNM. I will collect it on behalf of the People's National Movement. And they agreed. Notwithstanding that, like a thief in the night, to cause bacchanal and couture, they showed up to try and embarrass the PNM.
So I want to tell Marvin tonight, Foster, and also Marvin, that the police carried out what they thought was right. Because you could tell them anything on the phone. Look, Marvin, hold a legal court document and burn it in front of a crowd. That is a legal court document. According to Marvin, he burnt it. Showed no respect for the order of the court. Trinidad and Tobago is a serious thing, you know. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. Showers of praises to you for such a great program. But you and I, smart and intelligent, and we have many, many people in this country like you and I, smart and intelligent. You think Gonzalo going to burn a court order? I mean, he does act stupid. He does behave stupid. He does say nonsense, nothing. All stupidity he talking all the time. You think Gonzalo that's stupid? He pull out a set of paper from a box and burn it and say court order. Anybody see it stamp and a legal document? Nobody see it. So forget Gonzalo. These politicians feel that them alone smart and clever, and them alone clever, and them alone thing, and the rest are citizens. That you tell you how they see us, citizens as stupidity. So if Gonzales and you and the PNM want to do something, the SOE take it to court and stop it, because the police, the hooligans in the police, the real criminals in the police service, using the state resources, the vehicle, and that uniform, they went to terrorize the citizens of the country. Take it to court and ensure it stop. And Madam President, I hope you're hearing and listening to this program, take that SOE must never see the light of day again in this country. You have Gavrero, that notorious liar, start to set up the play, setting the stage to extend SOE, He's saying people threaten he and the two daughters. Boy, you tell me you have half the police service around you protecting you. You have about 3 firearms, you have shotgun, you have 9mm on you, you have automatic weapon on you moving around with half the police service around you. Who's going to threaten you and your daughter Gavrero? Stop lying a little bit now. Go help you and they go help Alexander and come with something different, man. So they're setting the stage for that for that SOE to extend it. But who want to shoot Kamala and that Jeremy fella? People want to see them suffer to death. Kamala already have a relative of hers lying on a bed day. He can't move, he's pampered. Kamala, you end up worse than he, right? And it's not nice to say these things, but you have no sympathy and empathy for the citizens of this country, just like all of you there. You alone, people want to kill. What about citizens who have been robbed, kidnapped, all kind of things happening every day? What about them? They are of lesser straws than you all. So all the concentration is people in jacket and tie and high office holder and not the ordinary man that face criminals every day in this country, the doubles man, the ordinary man with the power. And Mr. Saieed, we said it months now. You see what happened with the Hadid here? All those people, young boy, they have under the SOE locked up using preventative order, or how they call it. They have all of them locked down, free all of them. And they will get money too. And we saying this on your program, I said this on your program months ago. Since they start holding this fella, listen to Saieed program, you will hear everything you want to hear. So what the Hadid and them do is open the track, They open the track for these people, So I hope good lawyers will come to them and they will be enriched by what Alexander and Gavrero and this bunch of hooligans, political hooligans, did to them. Mr. Saieed, great program. God bless you. God bless this nation. And citizens, wake up. Please wake up and let us take back this country. God bless you and your staff, Mr. Saieed. Great work. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. More to come after this.
We'll be right back.
True growth shouldn't make you wait. This month, Real Talk Financing is changing the timeline. Get up to 7% interest on a fixed deposit paid to you upfront. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Real results sooner. Call our Central or South branches today.
Connect with us on social media and don't miss the latest updates. Follow us on Instagram at RealTalk_Newsroom. Check us out on Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Real Talk Trinidad and TikTok at Real Talk with Saieed Ali.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, let me read a little something for you. You see what Marvin did by burning a court document? Now Marvin is an intelligent man. It could be a photocopy or a set of paper that he just burnt there. But listen to this. This for your own personal knowledge. It is illegal in Trinidad and Tobago to intentionally destroy or burn a court order document under Section 34 of the Malicious Damage Act. It is unlawful and maliciously destroying, obliterating, or cancelling a court order, decree, or any official document belonging to a court of justice is an offense carrying a liability of imprisonment. So that's why I say Marvin is smarter. Now, legal implications, risk. Listen to this. Destruction of records. Now listen carefully at Trinidad and Tobago. Damaging or burning an original or official court document violates the Malicious Damage Act and can lead to criminal charges and up to 3 years in prison. Public mischief and order. Burning documents publicly during a demonstration or protest can lead to separate charges if it incites public disorder, cause a breach of the peace, or create potential danger. So what did he do on court? Pub the document did. Come well, stay on track. Pub the document with Marvin Boone. So viewers, all you understand what's taking place there? Contempt of court. A court order remain fully active and legally binding regardless of the physical copy being destroyed or the original copy being destroyed. Destroying of a personal copy, ignoring or defying the order results in serious civil or criminal contempt. So Trinidad and Tobago, do you think Marvin is foolish enough to burn that court document? Let me tell you something. If that is not the original court document, all those people who gathered on a PNM meeting and on that platform, let me tell you something. Marvin fooled all of them. All of them. He fooled all of them. So look at that Trinidad and Tobago. Look at that. That's a court order he say you burn. A court order he say he burn. And I just read for you the legal implication of that. So you think Marvin, being a minister, don't know that? He was Minister of National Security at one point in time. So all the people who are gathered there were mama-guide and bamboos into thinking that is the original document. Marvin know better than that. Now I want to remind you, Trinidad and Tobago, that same Marvin, we have videos of the meeting last night with the crowd. So viewers, all those people there, I want now, they're clapping and they're laughing and they're dancing and praising Marvin for burning the court document. But a little thing, I just want to remind the citizens who were there that night that it was Marvin who, before I reached there, Marvin got an increase in salary up to 40% like the rest of ministers. Now, he got an increase in salary. And the people who were there at one point in time on a political platform, Marvin told those same people, to carry your children out one time for the month. Or they might eat macaroni pie one time for the month. Because you know why? Dr. Keith Rowley tell you to tighten your belt. But all those people, they, yay! Who got fooled? Me? No. When Marvin tell you carry the children one time for the month, who look for that? I just here to remind you all. Call a good night. Hello?
Yes, hello?
Go right ahead, you're live.
Zaid?
Yes.
How are you, sir?
Good, good, good. How are you?
Yes, I'm watching the show right now. This man, Marvin Gonzalez, is a very desperate man. He and Foster Cummins. But fail to realize that that Kamla fixing the country, all the work they was doing with the system is fraudulent. And the PNM can't take it in opposition. And Kamla doing the right thing. The whole CETA contract and whatsoever, all is fraudulent. So, you know, I'm watching you here now, and this man is very desperate. He's saying 2030 is going to be fire.
Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, I want you to understand that. All those people you're seeing there, look how they're dancing and they're singing and they're clapping for Marvin. But they forget Marvin tell them to carry that children out one time for the month. While he got a 40% increase, some of them again nothing. Trinidad and Tobago, I always say, I am not aligned to no political party. I just always say that. Always say that. My job is to remind you of what took place. My job is to tell you what is taking place. And my job is to tell you how to change it. But you know what? We had to do it as a people. So all of them is seeing there. In 2024, Marvin told all of them to carry out a term one time for the month. You know why? Things getting hard. They may get no increase, but Marvin got 40% increase in salary. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that Clungenberg told you that you have to pay your property tax. Otherwise, if you don't pay your property tax, you have violated the amendment and the legislation, and you will be charged $5,000. Don't forget that, Trinidad and Tobago. My job is just here to remind you. That is my job. It's just here to remind you. So I want to ask all of this question now. Remember Jaiwanti Ramdas, the Auditor General, who's supposed to give Trinidad and Tobago an update every year on the taxpayers' money spent on the country. Remember when $3 billion went missing? I don't remember that. Today, that money is still missing. So where did that money go? Did it go to fund Balize House? I don't know, I'm just asking a question. Did it go to fund Balize House? And they had no records of it? That is why I believe Clungenberg and Jaiwanti went to court. When they went Privy Council in England, remember one of the representative for the Privy Council asked why Clungenberg is not being investigated. I don't remember that. I am just here to remind you, citizens, don't kill the messenger. Don't kill the messenger. I am just here to remind you of what took place. But you know, people can say, oh, Said, you're bashing and you're bashing and you're bashing. But when Marvin Gonzalez told you to carry a children out one time for the month, and they might eat macaroni pie one time for the month, who told you that, Said? No, it's Marvin who told you. Why he call it an increase or he call it a decrease? But today he burning a paper that the court ordered them to bring up the books and show you financial records. Oh, it is a political sin by Jeremy, and it's a political sin stirred up by Alexander. When Clungenberg was laughing at the Baigan and Baji people in the courthouse, when you studied it was a political sin? When Clungenberg implement property tax on the residential homes of individuals who take a loan to buy their land and buy material to build house. And for 40 years, some of them only paying 5 years and 10 years loan, and they still had 20 and 30 years to pay for it. Was it a political sin when Klangenberg told them, if you don't pay property tax, you will be charged $5,000 for a criminal offense? Was that born out of a political sin? I'm only asking questions, you know. I am only asking questions. That's like I come here and laugh, you know. Marvin fool all of that night. Last night, Thursday night at the Balize house, you think Marvin gonna burn a document? Marvin know the implications of it, a legal implication. So Mama gets them right through. All are good, you know, all are good. Trinidad and Tobago? All are good. So here it is. Here it is, viewers. Former Attorney General Gavin Nicholas has called for the current state of emergency, the SOE, to come to an end. He says that the SOE has affected citizens' rights more than drawing the intended result. Listen to this.
The state of emergency was put in place on the basis that there were certain threats, or there were it was necessary to curb the crime rate. It would have been argued that it was necessary to gather information and to bring successful prosecutions. I don't know how many successful prosecutions have been brought as a result of the state of emergency, but I do know that a lot of people's normal constitutional rights under the legal process have been curtailed as a result.
So, viewers, Nicholas is of the belief that Trinidad and Tobago has a fairly mature legal system, and the focus should be placed on getting justice through faster trial, which will preserve the constitutional rights of citizens. He also does not believe that a state of emergency and preventive detention orders are required. One more time.
I do not believe that it is necessary to govern a country by state of emergency and by PDOs. Anybody who may be arrested on suspicion of crimes against the state must be done because there is evidence, and it cannot be based on supposition.
So Trinidad and Tobago, let me just read a little something for you. I believe it is breaking news in Trinidad and Tobago, maybe an hour or so. Attorney General sue SOE Review Tribunal after failed Privy Council bid, threatening constitutional safeguard. So viewers, we're going to bring you more on this as it unfolds in Trinidad and Tobago. As I say, sometimes I wonder if our country are being run by puppets and individuals who lack common sense. But nevertheless, we're switching gears a bit, viewers. We're going on to a little tax talk with Tanku. Trinidad and Tobago Automotive Dealers Association is calling for an urgent meeting with the Finance Minister, Devendranath Tanku, after the Custom and Excise Division reportedly introduced tax on mild hybrid vehicle that dealers had previously understood to be tax exempted. Now, the association has described the move as an overnight decision and is seeking clarification from the Minister of Finance. Automotive Dealers Visham Babwa said the association was informed that Custom Classification Committee had ruled certain mild hybrid vehicle should no longer be treated as hybrid for tax purpose. However, Baba urged the issue was not one of classification, but a sudden reversal of a policy dealers had relied on when importing vehicle. Listen to this.
The customs has made a ruling, the classification committee has made a ruling, and they classified this vehicle not as a hybrid, right? But the issue is not really the classification, is that we were guided by a legal notice which stated that the mild hybrid vehicle are exempted from taxes. And overnight they made the decision and they want to start charging taxes on these vehicles as of now.
So viewers, he claimed dealers have vehicles at the port and others that had already been cleared by custom, but those release documents were held pending payments of the new tax. One more time.
We have vehicles in the port. We have vehicles that came in that was cleared. It was cleared, but the documents were not given to us. So they held the documents and they want to charge taxes on those vehicles also, although they came in and they were cleared to our compound. So this is very unfair.
So viewers, this is a very simple matter. This is a very simple matter to address. Very, very simple. All the minister have to do is that vehicles that has already been cleared, let custom and excise release those documents. Release it. And what is on the port waiting to be cleared, you all came like a thief in the night and drop a notice without even putting a start date. You all did not even, the statement didn't even say with immediate effect. No. No. I read the statement from Custom and Excise. You are supposed to put a start date. You know why? Because Custom and Excise would already known that car dealers would have cars coming on the way. And you all come like a thief in the night and just drop this on them. So my suggestion, what the Minister of Finance should do, is that, you know what? Whatever vehicle that is on the port that has already paid and cleared, let it through. Let it through. And whatever vehicle that has been on the port or is on the port, let them pay and let them go. And as of August 1st, the new tax will be implemented. It's simply, imagine I bring a document to you without a start date. Without a start date. No grace period. Now, I'm just going to say this. Let's just say a vehicle costs $100,000. I went to a commercial bank or a financial institution. I took a loan for $100,000 for me to get this vehicle because insurance on the road coming up to $100,000. So I paid my $100,000 now. Now where am I going to get $40,000 more now to pay on this vehicle and I have a loan to pay in 30 days time? Where's the common sense of Custom and Excise? Where's the common sense? What I continue saying, not everybody who sit down in a position have common sense. So what is going to happen to my vehicle? What is going to happen to my loan? I'm stuck in the center paying a loan with no vehicle. It's ridiculous. Pull back the statement, set a start date in 2 weeks' time, and that is it. Trying to make our way out of time for tonight. This is Saieed Ali saying from Real Talk and the crew, good night.